Kagurabachi has to be studied. It has such an amazing first chapter, almost first page of that chapter. And I personally haven't seen an amazing opening chapter since maybe Berserk to set the tone for the entire series. How it just oozes aura from just the cover pages alone. But that's just considering the mainstream series like Berserk, among other popular manga. There might have been even better openings in more niche underground. But I wasn't totally on board with Kagurabachi when it first started. I almost felt that I would have been filtered by the series because of how so hyped the series had gotten from just one chapter, although most of it was a meme. But there was something in there. There was something special that if you really had the eye for, you can really see Kagurabachi from a mile away. It had potential. You could definitely see it. But there was just something missing when I first read it up to the 6 chapters that, even though it's only 6 chapters, I feel like something is missing. But I decided, you know what? I'm gonna hold off on this and just let it cook and pick it right back up. And boy, did it cook when they introduced Sojo. This is what it needed to get off the ground running. Now, I don't think Sojo is an amazing villain by far among the greats like Madara or Aizen. But I definitely think he had potential. And the way he's introduced and shows up is almost like a calm way. Like you can't believe that is happening as it's happening. There's no grand fanfare to introduce the character. He just shows up and immediately starts getting to work. And in the chapter he's introduced, I'm not gonna lie, it almost breaks. Yes, you get the usual cliche of the bad guy, you know, turning his life around, but the way it's done in this chapter or this page is like, damn, it almost felt like I was reading real life. That sometimes you don't get that chance and it's too late. It's almost unceremoniously a bad end, a quiet. Yes, he goes out with a bang, but not through the plot. And man, the way they go out and his words afterwards, like, oh, it's like a knife just stuck in me and got twisted. That showed me that Sojo was on the different timing, man. Like, he was on demon time. He just showed up and got to business immediately. Like, damn. And then there comes the following pages afterwards where he's slowly walking down a street and just, it feels like it's so random, but it also feels like it was his plan all along, that he just shows up one day out of the blue with no warning whatsoever, just like the main character. But unlike us, the main character was immediately able to respond to the threat in front of him, and this process is a whole new level of writing for shonen. There's no grand build-up. It's like the mangaka is writing and he's just letting the story flow without setting up any real steps, without setting up a long stretch of plot. He just lets the story flow how they feel. And I think that's what's special about Kagurabachi. It doesn't feel like a manga setting up a plot. It feels like a story being told the way it feels at the time. Because even after that brief exchange, we break away, we think, okay, they're not gonna fight for a long time till the real fight. But no, it's built up in such a way that is a small intermission before their real fight, and it's like, wow. And then not only that, at the same time introducing a compelling character that's on the opposite side to Chihiro, who wants to preserve his father's legacy, versus Sojo, who wants to pervert it. It also introduces even more conflict of the story, which is dangerous, the weapon or the wielder. And through the climax of the fight with Sojo and Chihiro, not only do we see growth from their characters, but also growth of the plot and the conflicts of this story, adding more layer to this story as it gets deeper. And I am all for it. And it's only been 20 chapters and has already been such a great first 2 volumes. It has been an amazing start and expectations are high to keep on going.